Well, hello there. This is Kim Claver, and guess what? Today we are going to talk about the pie problem. Have you heard of the pie problem? I'll tell you what, everything changed when I changed this one thing. Let me tell you about this pie that we're talking about. First of all, the pie is your day. And at the top left, you start the morning. On the bottom right there, you'll see we're going to do the evening. So this is a typical day for many people, including what they used to be my days. They're not like this anymore, but they used to be like this. You want to see how they were from morning till night? First, we figure, okay, today I'm going to do Facebook posting. Some of you know that I do a lot of Facebook posting. I have 2 or 3 and sometimes 4 or 5 a day. And so if you think, yeah, I'm going to do some Facebook posts, let me work up some ideas, let me read some book or watch a video, something else educational, and I get good ideas from that. And then I think, oh, I should do something on Instagram. And then my attention is, of course, distracted because I'm thinking, well, I don't really know a lot about it, but people keep saying I should be on Instagram, so I pause and think about that. And so right then, my pie is split into 2. So my attention pie for the day, instead of being 100% on Facebook posts, now it's 50-50, and I'm going to do each of them sort of half-assed, if you pardon the expression, because if you're not focused fully, it's going to be, to some degree, half done, half well done, right? So then I think, well, I should do a podcast because I have a podcast and I really like thinking about making them and stripping off audios from the videos that I have. And I think, oh, I have a blog, so I should do something about that. And of course, some of you may not think you have a blog, so let's set one up and get the blog set up and do all the software. And that suddenly, your attention pie is now in 4, 25% each, because you're thinking of these different things, right? It's quite human. And then we think, oh, I should really learn how to do Facebook messaging because I know how to do that. And I learned from a lot of other people how to do that. And I've gotten a lot of business with Facebook messaging. I've built, really 3 companies in the last 4 years. And I personally recruited like 300 people in 90 days or so, all with Facebook messaging. So of course I think, I should maybe come up with a structure to teach in my next class. So then I think, oh, YouTube, I need to do something about my YouTube videos, because I maybe should add one. And pretty soon, it's another slice of the pie. And then I think, oh yeah, I should send out an email. Some of you may think, yeah, I should send out an email. I don't even have an email. I should get an email account. And now start thinking about email templates and what to put in the signature. And then I think, oh, we need to go to Facebook groups, right? Because after all, our members are there, our groups are there, the uplines there, the sidelines there. And we want to get into groups to try to promote ourselves in those groups and see if we can friend some people and maybe sign some people up, right? And pretty soon, here we are. We have got now, and don't forget, today, let's have some bad news. So in between all of this, we go to the news, whatever our favorite news source is, and hit on some bad news. This is about the virus, and so many people have died, and so many people, all that stuff. And so what happens to your pie between morning and night? Remember, we only have a certain number of days each on this planet. We don't know when the last one's going to be. But this is a day, a typical day. This is a typical pie for a day for probably most people that are listening on this call, if not more. So what happens is you have your day. And what has happened to the day? We say, well, I'm not successful. I'm not making it. I don't know how to do anything. I do this and it doesn't really work. And I posted 3 times and it didn't really work. And it's like, well, here, instead of giving any one thing 100%, we are giving it 1/8 of our time. That pie I showed you, the previous slide, is basically sliced into 8 pieces because we're thinking about 8 at least different things. That means each one of these things gets 12.5% of your time. And you may think, I can multitask. Okay, so let me show you what the successful people in the world do. Warren Buffett is probably one of the richest investment people in the world. Then we have Bill Gates, of course, from Microsoft, and we have Jeff Bezos from Amazon. I could add Steve Jobs. I can add a lot of people. This is their one thing that they say they do. I just forget everything about they were born of privilege. Nobody was. That they had a lot of money, nobody did. That in their family, they had a lot of money, nobody did. And not in any of these families. Not Bezos, not Gates, not Buffett. Look, read the stories, you'll see. What they learned to do that none of us have learned to do and really master is just this one thing. Focusing on one thing 100%. 100% of the time. All of the time. When you're doing your work, if it's 45 minutes, 90 minutes, 3 times 45 minutes, during that time, you focus on one thing, 100% of your energy and time and focus and caring. It's right there. All day. Or for your 45-minute periods, your 240, whatever time you decide, I'm going to work on my business, pick one thing, focus on it, 100%. Everything. That's it. So you're not picking up the socks? Nope. Not chasing the kids? Nope. Not getting the clothes out of the dryer or putting them in the washer or doing whatever you're doing? Nope. You don't go 5 times to the bathroom? No, no, no. All that's done. And you sit down and you either screw your butt to the chair or stand up like I do at my stand-up desk. And you don't do anything but that one thing. You have every application on your computer turned off. Your phone is not there. Your iPad's not there. Whatever is dinging and winging, none of that's there. See, this is how you get to be like these people. It's not that you need a Harvard credential. No, it's that you need to know. And as speaking as somebody who has one, I'm here to tell you that this is not what you need. These credentials are not what you need. What you need is the ability to focus on one thing for the time that you do your work. Okay? That's what you do. And then you'll have a chance to be closer to somebody like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos, who have done this for every day, month after month, year after year after year. I mean, think about it. How are you going to compete when you give it 12.5% focus? And probably not even every day, right? Because a lot of people do their job, I mean, they do their business when they think of it, so it's more like a hobby. So what you want to think about every day before you start looking at email and getting all the stimuli coming in, no, you start with you. You are the boss of you. So the night before, you want to plan what you're going to do first for those 45-minute segments. I talk about that because I like to work in 45-minute segments. Some people like to do 30 minutes. Some people say I want to do 2 hours. Whatever works so that you can focus and stay focused and not go off on the distraction, so that your pie is focused on one thing for the time that you're actually doing the work. So just decide what's the one thing today. If it's Facebook messaging, do just that. It'll take you a whole day to come up with 4 or 5 different posts. By the time you read books in your niche or you watch videos in your niche of people that know what to do in your niche, you get different perspectives. You might look at the news as it relates to your niche, and that will give you content ideas for what you're going to post about, right? Or do polls about. So choose one of these things that you're going to do for your business each day and focus on it all by itself, okay? All right, now, on another note, are you ready for something different? If you have been doing network marketing for a while, I mean a few years, a few months, if even a decade, are you sick of doing things in the old way? And let me tell you what I mean by that. The old way, for example, they'll tell you, all you need to do is make a list of 100 people and call them all to share your biz, or just share with your friends and family, or get your sponsor in for 3 ways, or share the product or business with everyone you meet. Show the company video. Use the company propaganda. Chase down everybody who said maybe. Hit the coffee shops and restaurants to share the business. Although now, it's a little harder to do that right now. Go for the nose. Develop relationships. Pretend you care about the hemorrhoids, the husbands, all this stuff, so you can sell them later. Now, if these are things you're doing and you've been trying to do them and they kind of stick in your craw because it's really not what you want to do. And you know, from 2020 on, these are methods that maybe worked 40, 50 years ago, but they don't work very well right now. And so if you'd like to have alternatives to that, we've worked up 5 shifts that show you an alternative to all of these ways of doing things for people who are sick of doing them like that. That's not who they are. They don't want to develop friendships so that you really can sell people later on. And of course, we all discover this, right? If you'd like alternatives to that, and see how you can do this where you're actually solving a problem for somebody, and it's so clear that you are, that they say, yeah, I want to know what you've got. How can you help me? Go to this link, OldandNewNWM.com. See it there at the bottom in the yellow? And for my podcast friends, that's OldandN like Nancy, EW, NWM.com. NWM.com. All jammed together. Old and new NWM.com. And I bet you anything you know what the NWM.com stands for, right? We just didn't want to make it that long. Go there. It'll ask you to put your name and email in. And as soon as you do, you will see this private new little video that we made. We call it the Big Movie, showing you these 5 shifts that we've made in our business over the last 29 years that have allowed me to build 6 companies to the top of the heap, usually in 90 to 120 days or less. And we didn't do any of these things that are on this list. What do you think? You want to try that? Maybe you don't have to do them either. What if, right? All right. Old and new NWM.com. See if that resonates with you. And if it does, you can book a call to talk to one of us, and we can see if we can help you with your business to do the kinds of things like we talked about. Number 1 is focus on the pie problem. And 2, learn how to stop badgering people and build a business with Facebook, using cold market, using your profile, using your page if you want, and building yourself organizations of people who want what you have because you solve a problem that they want some help with. You see, so we're talking about who can you help instead of who can you get. And once you have that approach and you know what problems you can solve, people are much more open to talking to you. So that's what I got. This is Kim Klaver, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye. Oh, if you are not in the Facebook group, we have a little Facebook group called The Next 100 Clients. And so if you're on Facebook and you want to look up groups, just type in The Next 100 Clients and apply to get in if you'd like to get some tips about how to do stuff like this. It's all on the house. There are videos every week that we make. You have to answer the questions to be able to get in. So there are like 3 questions. If you don't answer them, they don't let you in. And if you do, they will. Okay? I'll talk to you soon. This is Kim Klaver. Bye. Remember your pie. If they're 100%, what are you giving it? Give yourself a chance. Then you won't have a pie problem. See ya.